Marjorie Hart spent a summer when she was a college girl working at Tiffany's in New York. As I have told her on several occasions, had she worked at Kmart, she never could have written a best-selling book. But she wrote about challenging the glass ceiling at a very important time and place. And Marjorie's going to share a little bit of a memory of that summer at Tiffany's.
Yes.
Okay, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Please come this way, Mr. Wilson, the superintendent said urgently. We followed him across the main floor, passing two plainclothes security men and Mr. Hutchinson's counter, where there was a new string of oriental pearls priced at $250,000. That was the talk of the store. $250,000, I said to Marty. Mr. Wilson hurried us to a nondescript door. It was set in a paneled wall with a door I had never noticed before. It opened into a narrow vestibule with an elevator. The dead silence was broken when Mr. Wilson cleared his throat. I need to show you how to operate this elevator. It's a private one, only for the Pearl and Diamond Room, the only one in New York City. Marty and I gave each other the look. I felt prickles crawl up my neck. Was this the secret we had heard about? The superintendent pressed a button, the elevator opened, and he ushered us inside. I stepped very carefully over the narrow crevice so it wouldn't catch my high heels. When he pressed the top button on the panel, the door closed and we began to ride up, gliding smoothly. So unlike the shaky caged elevator in our apartment. When we stopped, we were on an upper floor and the door opened automatically. I was amazed. An elevator that ran itself. When Mr. Wilson, who was a man of few words to the gentleman at the end of the corridor, he left as abruptly as we'd arrived and we were back to the elevator. He pointed out the button on the wall. The elevator door opened and we stepped inside. Now press this lower button to go down, but do not press the red button, he said. It's only for emergencies. Press the red button? Not me, not in a million years. The elevator, he said, is on a timed device and it will automatically go back to the main floor. When we reached the main floor, he swept his arm up with a flourish. We waltzed out like a pair of rockets. Here we were, new girls, trusted with this extraordinary knowledge. A hidden elevator, a pearl and a diamond room. I shivered. Marty was the lucky girl to have the very first honor. Well, she said afterwards, it's as easy as pie. And once you're alone in the elevator, you can sneak a look at what's in the case. I'm telling you, it knocked my eyes out. You mean you opened that case? You bet, she said. You should have seen that necklace, all diamonds. I could scarcely wait for my turn. The big chance came the next afternoon when Mr. Hutchison quietly handed me a long black velvet case. "They're waiting for this in the pearl and diamond room," he said. Thrilled, I proudly made my way to the panel door and I entered the vestibule. When I pressed the button on the elevator panel, it opened and I stepped inside. Not since I had learned to drive had I felt this kind of power. After I pressed the up button, the door closed and the elevator began to ascend. I reached in my bag for the case and I snapped it open. Oh no, pearls, loose pearls. So many, they spilled all over the floor. Real pearls bounce. They bounce like popcorn. They leap and they dance. I froze. How could I put them back before the door would open? Oh my God, that crevice, that long open gutter. When the door opens, the unthinkable would happen. The pearls would roll down and disappear forever. Horrified, I fell to the floor, stretched my legs along the door as a barricade. I could scarcely breathe thinking of those pearls, priceless pearls, plummeting down that shaft. There they go, falling into greasy wheels, grinding gears, spinning belts, God knows what. My heart was pumping a mile a minute.